Duraco, one of 3 goaltenders that the Voodoos are carrying this year. But you wonder how much different the roster is going to look in about a month and a half from now when guys come back from camps. There's a chance on net, and they cannot bury it. Now to the middle of the zone at the blue line. Shot comes in from Sefton, and it's deflected to the near side. Couple of plays at the line here. Into the corner. Back at the line. Voodoos in control. It is taking the draw for the Voodoos. Ryan Patrick off the far side boards. Off the draw and sent into the crunch zone. And as it gets touched in the zone, high stick will be the call. Or is it going to be a high sticking penalty? We've been wrong on this a couple of times, though, so.
Doesn't look like a penalty,
No,
so.
that one won't be a penalty.
That's why we're up here in the so-called broadcast booth, and they're down there on the ice.
Nope, it is a
and
high
we're
sticking
double
penalty.
wrong. I give up. It's the first game of the season. I'm going home. See you guys
Working
later.
through some of the kinks here, trying to get it all figured out, but. So this is what, their 4th power play of the game now?
Well, it'd be nice to be able to have some stats in front of us, Matt, but the internet's not so great here at the Sportsplex.
Well, we're working through it, like we said. So, off the draw, the Voodoos, the Crunch get it. They send it down the ice. Played around to the near side. And it's Little for the Voodoos picking it up on the far side boards. Flip back around on the near side. Risman there. And Risman will get out of the zone with it. Big collision in the neutral zone. A couple of guys go flying, and that allows the Voodoos to come into the zone. Drop pass back. The shot just wide. Blocker's side taken by Nathan McDonald. Play on the half boards. And one of the Voodoos players goes down, but it's Little with the puck. Walking in, shoots, scores! The captain makes it 3 in the opening frame.
First power play goal as well, and his first goal of the season. And you just had to think with the way that he's been playing this period that it was bound to happen at some point. He's had himself a heck of a 20-minute period here, or just under 20 minutes, I should say, period so far to start off the home schedule. And this Powassan team's looking ever so different than the team that took to the ice against the Greater Sudbury Cubs Thursday night, Matt.
They really are. 34 seconds remaining. That's, as you said, their first power play goal of the game, and they have spent 7 minutes or so, close to 8 minutes of this opening period on the power play. And so, I mean, if you're the head coach, Peter Goulet, I think now you're a little more happy with where the score is favored. There's a shot. Summers with a kick save made at the line. The Voodoos trying to keep that play in the front zone, and they do briefly, but it's knocked away from the net and cleared out of the zone as time runs out. 20 minutes in the books, and it's the Powassan Voodoos ahead 3-0 over the visiting Cochrane Crunch.
Shots 13-4 in favor of the Voodoos. So again, a very dominant period for Powassan. But again, part of that happens to be because of all the power plays given to Powassan as well.
Absolutely. So we will take a break. We're looking to probably bring on the Powassan Voodoos GM, Chris Dawson, at some point, I believe. And we'll also try to sort out the technical difficulties for you as well as we go along here. But 20 minutes in the books. It's the Voodoos 3, the Crunch nothing. And we'll be back for more hockey here. welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex. It's the Voodoos 3, the Crunch nothing, as we get set for the second period here in the Voodoos home opener against the Crunch. And the Voodoos get things underway by winning the opening draw. Sent down the ice. Icing will be called against Powassan. Let's take a look again at our players to watch. This is brought to you by Mike the FA.
Players to Watch is brought to you by Mike the Financial Advisor. If you have financial questions, he has financial answers. On Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Mike the FA.
So again, our players to watch, 17 on Powassan, Tyson Risman, and the goaltender for the Crunch, Nicholas Summers. Summers not really having the greatest of periods, allowing 3 goals. Risman all over the ice for the Voodoos in that one.
Yeah, Risman already with an assist tonight and was really doing a great job in moving the puck forward and making sure that the Voodoos didn't get trapped in their own end for very long.
No, and then there was a golden opportunity just there as we were talking about the players to watch for the Voodoos, but it was blown dead on an offside as the Voodoos were all alone on Summers' net.
And there's a play off the boards, and they chip it in behind Summers, and it's a goal for the Voodoos. Off the draw, they sent it wide. It came off the top of the glass, right back to the front post, and the Voodoos, I believe, was Reese Smetham, who was on the doorstep, and he just chipped at it, and it ends up behind Summers for a 4-0 lead. 43 seconds into the second period.
Powassan are starting off where they left off in the first period as they had a flurry of activity in the bottom end of that period and now coming out flying with a goal here in this one.
So playback underway. It's inside the Crunch zone. And it's the Voodoos who control in the far side corner. Now played behind the net. Looks like Caden Long back there. Long, twisting, turning. Gets it to the half boards. And now to the point to sent back in. And now back again to the point. Trying to keep that in was Sean Thies. Thies has to chase it all the way back into his own end. And he played it forward. Now it's the Crunch back in control.
Thomas Sefton picking up the assist on that goal by Smeathan, so Sefton now getting in on the scoring as well.
The Crunch with control of the puck. That's Christian Shields who moved it up and right away picked off by the Voodoos with speed coming down the other way. One shot stopped, second chance stopped, and that player, Liam Service, goes crashing into the end boards. He gets up, looks to be okay though, as play continues in the near side corner. And it's Service on it. Takes a shot, fans on it, goes to the front of the net. Another chance here for the Voodoos, but stopped by Summers as the shot came in from Matthew McMillan, who's already got 1 goal on the evening.
The Voodoos looking very much the team that put up 67 points last year compared to the Crunch putting up 7, as right now they're also out shooting the Crunch through almost 23 minutes of play, 18-4. The Crunch have as many shots on goal right now as the Voodoos have goals, Matt.
Well, the Crunch, when was the last time they've actually had a shot? It was very early on in the game as play underway inside the Crunch zone. Whistle blown down as the net is knocked off its moorings. 17:25 remaining in the second period.
Yeah, you're right. It was very early in the first period that Crunch would have had a shot on goal as since then it's been basically all Powassan. Again, now there were a bunch of power plays in that first period for Powassan, which kind of silenced Cochrane a little bit. But yeah, it's been all Powassan since that last shot on goal for Cochrane.
The Crunch clear. There's a foot race to it into the Powassan zone, and a great job by the, I believe that was the captain. No, check that. That was Liam Survey, I believe. And the Voodoos coming right back down the other way. On the far side, blue line shot comes in. That's deflected wide. Picked up behind the net. It's Nathan McDonald back there. He's looking for some clearance. Looking to play it to the line to Little. Instead, he sends it back in the corner. Now behind the net, McDonald. Sending it to the point. There's a shot from Ricci, and it's fired wide. Little pinching in. On the half boards, plays it into the corner. Now behind the net. That's controlled back there by Ryan Patrick, who opened the scoring. Patrick sends it to the middle. A delayed call coming up here against the Crunch as the pass is picked off. The Crunch touch the puck, and it's going to be called head contact against the Crunch. Being led to the box is Tyler Kernew. And with 3.5 gone in the second period, it is 4-0 with the Voodoos getting their 5th power play of the game.
Well, they finally converted on a power play the last couple in the first period, so we'll see if they continue clicking here and make it a 5-0 hockey game early in the second period.
Tyler Kernew actually has been sent to the box twice now. He got called for high sticking at 18:45 of the first period, and he's right back in there early on here in the second. The Voodoos.
I made the mistake in preseason too. I got you.
On the half boards, into the corner. Controlled there by Smetham. Down to the point, Ricci. Back into the corner for Smetham. Smetham tries to play to the middle, knocked away, now at the line, kept in the zone by O'Brien. Sent around to the far side boards, picked up there by Thies. Thies to the goal line for Smetham, I believe. Smetham back to Thies. Now in behind the net, O'Brien chasing back there. He's got some support, gets it to Smetham. Down the point to Ricci. Ricci turned the wrong way, and the puck clears the zone. And now Ricci goes all the way into the zone against Jonathan Hertorski. But he gets it away from Hertorski and clears the Voodoos area. And now it's the Voodoos back on the attack here. Smetham plays it back to the middle. The shots they made. Rebound chance is denied. And the net gets knocked loose again. About 40 seconds remaining in the penalty to Kernew. And we've played about 4:45 into the second period. 4-0 Voodoos.
The linesmen and referees need to do a better job of figuring out what's going on with that net down there, because that's 2 times this period now it's been knocked off. Come on, guys. Figure it out.
And just on soft pushes off the legs of, or the skates of Summers there. Shot off the draw, that's a save made. Now Little to the half boards and into the corner. Voodoo still in control. Back to the half boards to McDonald. He finds Little. Back to McDonald on the right side. Lost control, sends it back now to the middle. To the left side, skating in, right in the slot area. Back up high in the zone. Little shot gets through, but it's stopped by Summers off his shoulder and back out to the near side boards. It is McDonald trying to play it down low for Shields. Back into the near side corner. Now behind the net. Giving chase back there is Lemke. He plays it to the line. This is Risman. Risman tries to backhand it blindly at the line, but it didn't work. And so the penalty is over, and there is a Crunch player that is down. But there won't be a call on that play. That was interesting. That was some high contact on the Voodoos side of things. And now the Voodoos on the counterattack. Bring it right back into the Crunch zone. Played to the middle. Little gets knocked down from behind. Maintaining possession though. The shot comes in. Save made. Rebound chance. And Summers got a piece of it. Nice sharp angled shot by the Voodoos. And on the back end of the play, one of the Crunch players had the control of the stick of Matthew Savignac, but no call came there. 6:20 gone in the second period. 22-4 of the shots for the Powassan Voodoos. The Crunch do not yet have a shot in this second period. They trail 4-0 as they move it through the neutral zone. Knocked off the puck on the half boards. And the Voodoos bringing it back through the neutral zone. Played down the right wing side. Chasing it is Long. Long looking for some support off the half boards. It's into the corner now. Voodoo's still in control. Played to the blue line. Knocked back to the corner. The Crunch regained possession, and it's carried out of the zone by Papadopoulos. He sends it in. Picked up behind the net and sent around to the near side corner. The Voodoos trying to get it out of the area, and they will. Chasing it down the ice is Sefton. It's knocked away from his stick, back out to the neutral zone. Picked up by the Voodoos. Sefton again touches the puck and brings it in over the blue line. Play at the blue line is knocked away, and now it's the Voodoos back in control in the neutral zone on the far side boards. That is Ricci. Played to the near side. Back in behind the blue line in the Powassan zone. Chased behind the net now by Ricci. He gets knocked off the puck by Hertorski. And Hertorski looks to center it. It's off his stick, and it comes way out of the zone. And controlled by the Crunch in their own end. Down the right wing side and knocked back into the Powassan Voodoos zone. Chasing it down in behind the net is Hertorski. He gets knocked off the puck, and it's the Voodoos going the other way. In control. Down the right wing side is Scott. He plays it on net. Loose in front. They score! Matthew McMillan with his second of the game on the assist from Scott. And it is 6-0. Powassan, 7:59 in.
What a goal by the pair of Scott and McMillan on that one. As Scott worked his way in, was able to get it in as a tight shot in, as now we see a change in the goaltending duo here for Cochrane as Summers is out and Jake Dubinsky is in. But again, what a great effort there by the Voodoos to score that one. And now they just knocked the net off again, barely touching it while he was warming up. Dubinsky, that is. But great effort by McMillan and Scott on that one. Is McMillan the beneficiary of a great play by Scott getting in there tight, Matt?
So Dubinsky, who played in that game in Espanola, allowed 7 goals on 35 shots, is getting his second game under his belt this season.
But he was named the 3rd star of that game.
Playback underway. 5-0 lead for the Voodoos. Sorry, I thought I said 6 after the goal, but yes, it's a 5-0 lead for the Voodoos as the Crunch go offside. 11:33 in. How difficult do you think it is to come into a game where you're down by already a handful of goals if you're Dubinsky?
He's
knocking the net off. It's more.
Yes.
Is it only is there's some equipment missing down there?
I don't know, but each time he goes over to from us, the left side of the net, he knocks it off. But again, it is a little tough now as we're having a meeting of the minds here with the referees and linesmen.
I believe there is a couple of penalties being called. I thought I saw. Oh, no, never mind. I thought it looked like that there were going to be offsetting penalties there for unsportsmanlike, but it doesn't look like it's happening there. Oh, I guess it is.
10-minute misconduct.
So it's a 10-minute misconduct.
And they already had a 10-minute misconduct earlier from checking to the head.
That's right. So I believe that's 89, Alex Dion, that just got that one. So the Crunch, who are shorthanded personnel-wise on the bench, are now giving the Bronx cheer to the officials as the Voodoos will be shorthanded for the first time all game.
I guess the Crunch Nation here travels pretty well because they're down here in Powassan. And to our broadcast left, again, as you mentioned, giving the Bronx cheer to the officials after calling a penalty. Although that one was pretty egregious, and if they didn't call it, I'd kind of be on their side for that one as well. That hey, you got to make a call at some point here, guys. So it looks like Powassan, as they have it up there right now, 2 penalties against Powassan, but they just took one down, so it must have been a mistake.
11 minutes remaining in the second period.
We'll see if Cochrane gets their first shot of the period on this one.
The Voodoos up 5-0.
(24-4) is the shot total for the Voodoos through the first half of this game, as the Voodoos quickly dump the puck down the ice and get it all the way down as Dubinsky has to come out and play the puck for his guys with 10 seconds now killed off on the power play opportunity for the Cochrane Crunch. Cochrane now up in their zone, moving through the neutral zone, and they get it into Powassan's zone, and it comes out front of the net, and Powassan's able to dump that one down for Dubinsky to go out and play once again, Matt.
So the Voodoos up 5-0, and we're leading 5-0 in the power play category as well. But now, Thomas Sefton in the box for tripping for another minute 25. And the Voodoos bring the puck deep into their own zone. Carson Ricci behind the net. Now he sends it down the ice. And it'll force the Crunch to play it. That's Dubinsky in net, who's come on in relief of Nicholas Summers. But it's the Crunch moving the puck through the neutral zone. Now they gain the attacking edge. That's Joshua Liu. Played across to the near side, deflected, and it goes wide of the net. In the corner, back to the blue line. The pass attempt is blocked by Survey. And that'll be, or Service, and it's over the glass and out of play with 48 seconds remaining in the Powassan penalty and 9:53 to go in the second period.
I missed the announcement. All I heard was game misconduct, but it looks like the two gentlemen that were in the Crunch penalty box have now been shown the gate after maybe being part of that Bronx cheer for the officials, Matt.
That is interesting. Yeah, now they've got on the score sheet that Tyler Curnew, his head conduct, so it's a minor plus 10, was served by Tommy McQuinston, as he has been shown the door. So, I mean, that's a long bus ride from Cochrane to come down here and only get to play about a period and a half. There's a chance on net, turned aside at the blue line, the Crunch. Play it back down on the right wing side, back to the middle of the shot, it's up high, over the glass and out of play with 15 seconds remaining in the penalty to Sefton and 9:20 to go in the period.
Yeah, don't remind me, in a couple of weeks here I have to head up to Cochrane for 3 days to on a work trip. So that trip, once you're there, it's fine. But it's a 4.5-hour trip on a 2-lane highway going north. Yeah. It's not the greatest.
Face off inside the Powassan zone to the right side circle. Caught at the blue line off the draw. Fired in. Big save made. Rebound chance. And that's stopped. Another one from the line. And they fan on the shot. And that will allow the Voodoos to get the puck out of the zone. Racing down the ice. That is Shields. Shields right to the net. Puts it on Dubinsky. And he makes the stop off the shoulder. The Crunch will clear it. And we're back to 5-on-5 play as it goes all the way towards the goaltender, Daniel Duraco, who has officially made his first save of this period.
I was just going to say shots are now 25-5 in favor of the Voodoos. And now I can say this stat again. The Cochrane Crunch have enough shots on goal to equal the Powassan Voodoos goal output. Not looking too good if you're a Crunch fan.
Yeah, it's been a tough, opening 30 minutes or so for the Crunch here. Coming down the ice is Risman, drops it back, the shot coming in just wide of the net. Out to the neutral zone, it's Ricci for the Voodoos. He plays it up ahead, and it's Risman again on the near side. He gets it to the middle of the ice for long. Back in front of the Crunch net. Nobody able to get a shot off, though, as the Crunch are able to clear it from that goal-scoring area, and carrying it down the ice is Joshua Liu. Liu plays it to the line, and now sent into the corner, played to the far side boards, picked up, and sent behind the net. Couple of players battling for it behind the Voodoos end. Still stuck on the end boards, and now the Voodoos will carry it away with Cole Douglas leading it out of the zone. In the neutral zone, it's Will Bohr who fires it in. Glove down by Dubinsky, and he holds on to it for a stoppage of play. Once again, want to thank our sponsor, Average Joe's, for helping us with the broadcast tonight.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And Average Joe's will be our game day sponsor for Powassan Voodoos, North Bay Battalion, and the U16 and U18 Trappers games all season long.
Not only that, but the big sponsor on the podcast as well, which you can find every single Wednesday on your favorite streaming apps. That's Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. And eventually we will have the YouTube game figured out as well. We're 2 episodes behind on the YouTube side, but check out the first 2 episodes already. It's us on the broadcast crew, myself, Matt, producer Ben, Bob Coles, and Adam Conton making a brief appearance as well, just talking about the changes. And then the second episode, it's Matt and I talking to Battalion General Manager Adam Dennis, who actually is talking about Powassan Voodoos defenseman Tyson Risman at one point, as the battalion did sign him in camp, but he's going to spend the year here in Powassan while practicing with the troops.
Playback underway. 7:45 to go in the period. Into the corner, that's Service. Trying to get away from a couple of attacking Crunch players. And they get the puck away from him and send it down the ice. That's into the Powassan zone at the line. They turn it over, and with speed going the other way is McMillan. McMillan hauled down to the blue line. Pass in front of the net. Service is there, but he cannot bury it.
Another penalty coming up against the Crunch as well. And surprise, surprise, the left side of the net pops off again, Matt.
That was a really nice play by Matthew McMillan at the blue line to get the guys going forward. And then all of a sudden, the speed of Service, who I've been impressed with in this game so far. I don't think he's got any points in it. Actually, yes, he assisted on that last goal to McMillan. And the second goal, or the first goal that McMillan scored, which was the second of the game. So, Liam Service having himself a game. And so another power play here for the Powassan Voodoos. On the left side, back across the right side. Shot comes in off the glove of Dubinsky. And then played behind the net. The Crunch have some room to get it out. And they will clear it down the ice. The goaltender Duraco for the Voodoos leaves it for the captain Little. Little skates in behind the net. And now moving down his right wing side into the neutral zone. Sends it up ahead over the blue line. The Voodoos maintain possession on the half boards. It is McDonald to the point. Now to the left side. Back down low into the zone. Back up high now. Another call coming against Cochrane here. There's a shot on net. Save made by Dubinsky. Goes into the corner. Risman is there. He gets jostled around off the puck. It's touched by a Crunch player. And one of them is going to be sent to the box. And it is going to be a 5-on-3 for over a minute. 6:26 remaining in the second. 5-0 lead for the Voodoos. And they have a huge opportunity to add to that lead right here.
Lots of open ice here for the Voodoos to get creative with the 5-on-3 as they send out their top unit again with Alex Little quarterbacking the power play. And he's done a great job so far in this game, as we mentioned already, you know, being part of the offense and really controlling the play for the Voodoos on the back end. So we'll see what tricks they have up their sleeves here to potentially go up 6-0 with 6:26 left in the second.
Cedric Cardinal is already in the box for the Crunch, so we'll wait. I believe it's Christian Shields checking from behind. So as the 5-on-3 begins here with the Voodoos in control of the puck. In the corner, it's Shields to the point. Back down low, the shot comes in. That's deflected off the skates of the goaltender Dubinsky. At the blue line, played across to the near side to McDonald. McDonald back to left side. Now Risman in the middle. His shot goes wide. Hard shot echoing throughout the Sportsplex here off that one, off the stick of Risman. At the goal line, the Crunch in control, and they will clear it down the ice. About 20 seconds remaining in the first penalty to Cedric Cardinal. And just over a minute remaining in the second penalty as Risman brings it back down the ice. One-on-one into the zone, but he gets pushed to the outside. Played back to the top to Thies. Across the left side, back to Thies in the middle. Thies plays it. The shot coming in is stopped by Dubinsky. He throws up the glove on the shot from Reese Smitham.
And we're down to 5-on-4 now as the Crunch kill off one of the penalties. And I know we've talked about him before as a player to watch, but I've been really impressed with Tyson Risman in this game. Just, you got to consider he's a 16-year-old playing against mostly 19 and 20-year-olds, and he has not looked out of place whatsoever, Matty. He's looked like he's belonged in this league for years, and again, you can see why the battalion are so high on him, playing him with Ty Nelson in training camp for the troops.
Playback underway, and again, we thank you so much for joining us on the Frontline YouTube page for checking out this game. This is our inaugural broadcast, really, for the regular season for the Powassan Voodoos and for the Frontline broadcast. I know, Courtney, you did the one preseason game all on your lonesome.
No, I had Derek with me, thankfully.
Oh, Derek was with you.
Yes,
That's
he did
right.
come.
Yeah, that was the Caleb Dawson overtime winner.
It was, and I mean, what a moment to call that. And I told Chris I was very honored to call it, having watched Caleb grow up a little bit right in front of us, and getting to score that winner as he'll be an affiliate player for the Voodoos this season.
So he'll be spending most of his time with the North Bay Trappers.
U18, yes.
That's right. That one's sent down the ice, and icing will be called against the Voodoos, so they'll bring it all the way back to their end. 4:30 remaining in the second period. 5-0 Voodoos. They open the period 43 seconds in with Reese Smith getting his first of the season. Then Matthew McMillan added one, his second of the game at 7:59, and there's been no scoring since. Dubinsky had to come into the game for the Crunch. And he has, they're not showing me how many saves that he's made since he's come in. He's made a few, though. They've put some shots on net since entering. I believe Nicholas Summers faced 15 shots, so if that were to be believed, then Dubinsky is 14 for 14 since coming into the game.
He's looked really solid for the Crunch so far.
Play inside the Crunch zone. It's cleared out to the neutral zone. The Voodoos back in control. They come in over the blue line. That's knocked away from their stick, and the Crunch send it down the ice. Icing will be called off that play against the Crunch. And now there's a Voodoos player who's almost on the Crunch bench. There's some pushing and shoving going right in front of the Crunch bench where the door opens. And that player is Connor O'Brien. And he'll be escorted from the area by the officials.
Looks like he's trying to plead his case to his head coach, Peter Goulet, as well as to what he was doing over there.
I forgot what side we were on.
Blue? What do you mean they're blue? I thought we were blue. Oh, wait, we're green.
Face off inside the Crunch zone, won by the Voodoos, but they're having a hard time holding it at the line. The Crunch clear it down the ice, and if it gets to the end boards, as it does, it will be icing called against the Cochrane Crunch. So NOJHL has the no change rule on the icing as well, don't they?
I believe they do, yeah. The one thing that's different here for us that we're going to have to pay attention to compared to battalion games, no trapezoid as well.
No trapezoid, and then also if you're going to listen in throughout the season and hear the U16 and U18 Trappers games, they have a couple of different rule changes as well in regards to just some of the finer details of the game. There's a shot coming in, and they're going to wave it off.
That net needs to be looked at because that came off way too easily again. And I think Dubinsky might have known a little bit of that too because he's been playing around with it. And they do have the peg in there.
They do have the peg, so I'm not sure what's going on. So Dubinsky pushed off to his right side, and it knocked the net off as the shot was coming in. Had it in the neutral zone as Risman controls it for the Voodoos, dropping back into his own end. Played around to the far side corner, off the half boards, surveys stick. I thought he snapped there on the clearing attempt, and that allowed the Crunch to get a shot towards the net, but just went wide. And now Risman carries it through the neutral zone for the Voodoos. Played on net, Dubinsky looked like he had a handle on it, then he lost it as the Voodoos were coming in close to the goal-scoring area, but then he had some defensive help to clear it out of that zone. 2:20 to play in the period. A turnaround shot, and it just goes wide of the net in the Voodoo zone. I believe that was Cameron Frost taking that shot there for the Crunch. Frost had a goal in last night's loss to the Express. in the corner.
And I must say his name is rather appropriate for living in Cochrane.
That's it. Turnover at the line. It's a breakaway coming into the zone. Makes a move to the backhand, and he gets denied. What a play there by Cameron Lemke. Going in on the breakaway and almost beating Dubinsky, but maybe even a better save if you're the Crunch goaltender. And now the Crunch looking to respond here. They've got their legs working under them in the last minute or so. Turnover at the line, though. And the Voodoos go the other way. Coming into the zone, there's a shot that's deflected off a skate, back out to the line. Another shot comes in, punched away by the goaltender, Dubinsky, and now cleared down the ice. And this will be icing called against the Crunch with 1:16 remaining in the second period. It's 5-0 Powassan.
I must say, Lemke was the lone goal scorer against the Cubs on Thursday. He scored a highlight reel goal in that game. He almost scored another one here. But he looks like he's ready to play this season. He got kicked out of that game in Sudbury after a dangerous hit and got a 5-minute penalty against him. But I have to say, he looks like he's going to be a player for the Voodoos this season, Matt.
And Cameron Lemke spent his U18 year with the Sudbury Nickel Capital Wolves.
That's not
back
a mouthful.
in 2019-2020. The shot is over the glass and out of play. So a lot of northern talent on this Voodoo squad.
And that's where Tyson Risman played as well, was in Sudbury. So the Voodoos definitely tapping into the Sudbury market. And even though he wasn't from Sudbury, a great goal or offensive talent for the Voodoos was Greg Trudeau-Paquette in the 1920 season. They signed him in Sudbury, although he isn't from Sudbury.
Play at the line in the Crunch zone. There's a shot. Glove save made as Dubinsky flashes the leather there. Shot coming in from Reese Smetham at the line.
I mean, you're not going to play him in back-to-back games, hopefully, if you're looking at you want to see your goalies early in the year. But my goodness, what a different game this might have been if Dubinsky had started right from the start.
Right. He's up to, 18 for 18 so far.
He's having a heck of a game.
And you're right, it's the Voodoos haven't stepped off the pedal. I mean, they are creating some quality chances. Turnover in the neutral zone. The Voodoos going in on the breakaway backhand, and another save made by Dubinsky. You know what? If he played like this in that 7-3 loss against Espanola, I can see why.
Yes.
He got third star of the game honors. That one's cleared down the ice. Another icing call coming up against Cochrane, but Dubinsky.
The story's becoming a little bit more clearer now.
Yeah. Dubinsky blocking Will Boer on that last attempt. You wonder how this game might have shaken out for sure. And
might be looking at a 1-0 score.
maybe. Play underway, 20 seconds remaining in the period. The Crunch trying to clear the zone at the line. They get it over the blue line as Blake Menard gets it into the neutral zone, knocked off his stick and back out into the neutral zone. The Voodoos get control of it. Matthew McMillan, who's got two tonight, takes a big slapper that got blocked, and time runs out. 40 minutes have gone, and the Powassan Voodoos maintaining a 5-0 lead. But maybe the story through that period was the impressive play of Dubinsky in between the pipes for the Cochrane Crunch. They needed someone to come in and really cool things off for the Voodoos, and he has done exactly that, making 19 saves since coming in about 8 minutes into the second period.
Yeah, he's had himself a heck of a second period for Cochrane for sure. And like I said, it might be a different looking game if he had started the game. And he's just looking like a star right now from Cochrane. I can tell you right now, if he plays like this and he gets the majority of starts, Cochrane's going to have more than 2 wins on the season this year.
Absolutely. And once again, before we go to break, we want to thank our sponsor, Average Joe's, for helping us get here this season.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
All right. right, so when we will take a break, and when we come back, we'll get set up for the third period. I'm Matthew Sukram alongside Courtney Kenny. Thank you for joining us on the Frontline Broadcast YouTube channel for tonight's game between the Voodoos and the Crunch. It's the home side, Powassan, up 5-0 through 40 minutes of play.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
Matthew Stuckren back with you here alongside Courtney Kenny as we get set up for period number 3 between the Powassan Voodoos and the Cochrane Crunch. 5-0 lead for Powassan with just 20 minutes remaining on the clock. And we're getting some technical difficulties on the ice. They're fixing that net, which is not the net that... Oh, and they are fixing the other end. Okay. That's the one that needs some TLC.
And to be fair, there was a stoppage late in the second where they actually came out and re-drilled the hole to make sure it was okay to go. But, yeah, it's okay now that it's on the Voodoos end if they want to push the net off.
That's it. And
we're not biased up
that's
here.
going to be something that will be interesting to watch in this third period is how does Dubinsky continue to respond to the what is sometimes feeling like a relentless attack by the Powassan Voodoos, who have outshot the Crunch 34-5 to this point in the game. And again, they are leading 5-0.
Yeah, if you're Dracula here for the Voodoos and you come off the ice, do you feel good about, like a 5-save game or 6-game save or whatever? You got to feel good because in the stat book it looks good, but it's still like you didn't really have much action.
And how cold are you if the Crunch come out of the gate here and just start flying, right?
Yeah, exactly. He hasn't really... He's made the saves, obviously, when he's had to, but he hasn't been, active to the point of really showing us exactly what he's got. I think what we saw in Sudbury on Thursday in his half a game, as we quickly get a stoppage and play here at 6 seconds into the third, I think what we saw in the game Thursday in Greater Sudbury was more action for him in that one, and even then, unfortunately, allowed 2 goals, but he was busy in that game.
Face off inside the Powassan blue line, won by the Voodoos, played back to Ricci. Ricci from his own end, looking down the ice, tried a cross-zone pass, that got blocked, and going in after it is Boswell of the Voodoos, of the Crunch, excuse me. He goes in the near side corner, knocked away from his stick, controlled by Lemke. He plays it behind the net to Little. Little for the Voodoos, gets it out to the neutral zone. The Crunch fire it right back in on that dump in by LaPointe, and it's played behind the Voodoos net. Now it's Little again, looking down his right side boards. He gets knocked around over in that area, gets the puck back onto his stick, and he comes out of the zone with it. The captain of the Voodoos gets it up into the Crunch zone, and that line will change. The Crunch send it back down into the Voodoos territory, and now a delayed offside as it exited the zone, but played back in behind the Voodoos net. And now cleared. The Crunch regain possession in their own end. Chased back there by Ty Jacobs. He circles the zone, goes down the left wing side. Ty Jacobs, he's got some size to him, but the Voodoos knock it away from him. And they skate away with the puck through the neutral zone, coming right down the middle. The shot on Dubinsky's turned aside. It looked like the defenders got in and collapsed right into that scoring area. It's cleared over the bench and out of play. 1:31 into the third, 5-0 Powassan.
And we do see in the penalty box once again, the Cochrane Crunch do have their one player. His name's escaping me. I can't really see the number, but he is back serving that 10-minute misconduct. So maybe only one of them got kicked out and was given a game.
Could be Will Stewart, I believe.
Well, it does look like a 4 over there, and that'd be the only one that I can really see from over here. So,
well, we'll try to figure it out, like you said. Oh, check that. That's Christian Shields that's over there. And play resumes. Sent down the ice. The Crunch are going to beat out the icing call. Good hustle to get all the way back down there. And the puck's still stuck on the end boards behind the Voodoos net. Couple of hard stick checks back there as everybody's trying to move that puck. The official letting it go. They move slightly down to the far side corner, but now it's stuck there again. And finally comes out of the area, controlled by Will Bohr. Through the neutral zone, he gets it up onto the stick of, I believe that was Ferguson. That might have been Matthew Savignac. Into the neutral zone now. And the Crunch regain possession. Try to dump it down. They make contact with Liam Boswell, who dumps it in, but it's the Voodoos right back in control as they get it out to the neutral zone. Chasing it down is Sean Thies. He goes right to the end boards for the Voodoos, but it's taken away by the Crunch. They look to clear. Hard check on the near side boards. I believe it was Andrew Scott shoving the Crunch player into the boards, and as the Voodoos touch the puck, the play is blown down. And that is going to be cross-checking against the Voodoos.
Oh, it looks like the Crunch.
Oh, okay then. I'm not sure what the Crunch have to do to get a power play in this game.
Yeah, I'm starting to sympathize a little bit with the Crunch fans down on the left, our broadcast left.
So this is going to be the 8th power play of the game for the Powassan Voodoos. Yes, 8th overall. Off the draw, the Voodoos have control in the neutral zone. Played up to the blue line. The Crunch take control, and they send it all the way down. Caught at the line by Caden Long, who plays up ahead to Lemke. Coming into the zone, it's out of his reach, and now it's Boswell going the other way for the Crunch. He plays it to the middle. Crunch coming in on the attack. It is, I believe, Cardinal. And Cardinal skates to the far side boards, and now he's holding the puck there to try and kill some time on this power play for the Voodoos. It finally gets knocked away from that area, and the Crunch played all the way back into their own zone. Now they try to send it down the ice. They cough it up at the blue line. The Voodoos in control, played to the middle of the zone. Now back up high. It's Ricci, played across to the far side blue line. Now to the middle. The shot, that gets stopped, and the Crunch clear it.
I think Duracolo has played the puck more than he's touched the puck when it's come to a shot.
I think so. Long pass up ahead to Ricci. Gets behind one defender, tries to go in, but a nice back check by William Monet to get him off the puck. Just a few seconds remaining on this power play for the Voodoos, and they touch the puck, and interference is going to be the call against Powassan. Didn't see where that came from. It must have happened at the back end of the play, and so going to the box is Connor O'Brien, and the Crunch have an opportunity to get on the board here with their second power play of the game.
Their last shot on goal coming on a power play opportunity as well, as they only have 5 shots on the game. It's 35-5 in that category for the Voodoos as they quickly get it up to the neutral zone as it's still 4-on-4.
They were held to 1 shot in that second period, and like you said, it came on the power play, and that one goes towards the goaltender Duraco, but he's able to push it away with his skate. Now back up to the blue line. His shot comes in, blocked. Too many bodies in front of the Powassan net for the Crunch to get that one through. They play it back down low in behind the net. Now to the half board, skating into the corner. That is Stewart. He plays it back in behind the net. Now to the far side to Frost. Frost at the line. The pass is not complete, and that allows the Voodoos to get the puck out of the zone and sent down the ice. Bouncing puck that Dubinsky had to be quick with the glove to play that one down. 1:15 remaining in the Crunch power play. 13:50 on the clock in the third period. Bringing the puck into the zone is Lou. Plays it to the far side corner. Shot from that sharp angle, played behind the net. That's Boswell back there. Plays it back out in front. Shot comes in, deflected in behind the net. And it's Boswell back in control, centers it to the slot, comes back out to the line, shot comes in, save made. The rebound chance is picked up by the Crunch, and they play it to the far side boards. Held over there by Cameron Frost. He gets knocked down as he gives a hard shot into the net, but it's stopped by the goaltender DeRocco and cleared out of the zone. 30 seconds remaining in this Crunch power play, and they've shown some life with the man advantage here. Bring the puck through the neutral zone is Jacobs. He goes in behind the net, into the corner. Now back up high at the blue line. The Crunch maintain possession there, and now they send it back down low into the slot. Nobody there in a blue shirt, and the Voodoos are able to get the puck out with under 10 seconds to play on the power play. They turn it over in the neutral zone. Play coming in on the right wing side. Crunch player held on the half boards, and that will effectively end the power play. A fifth man comes out to join the Voodoos as we're back to 5-on-5 with 12:35 to go in the third period. 5-0 lead for the Voodoos as the puck goes around to the blue line. The Crunch get a shot towards the net. That gets blocked, and now the Voodoos have three men going the other way. It's Service down the right wing side. Crossover pass, the shot coming in. What a save by Dubinsky to go post to post and throw up the glove, blocking that attempt there by the Voodoos. And there's a Voodoos player down at the end of that play as the puck gets cleared, and we're not sure who that is, but he looks to be in a lot of discomfort. It could be Matthew McMillan. It looks like number 10, and he will be looked at by the trainer, Matt McDougall. And I missed that. It was after the shot came in. There was some contact made, but didn't see anything that caught my attention.
No, I didn't see anything either. It looks like it's his arm he's favoring right now as he lays on the ice. That'd be his right arm as well. So we'll have to talk to Matty Mack after the game and ask him what the assessment is here with him. You don't like to see any player get injured here. I remember a few years ago there was actually a Crunch goalie that had to be carted off and taken through by the ambulance through the Zamboni door. Just watching that game, and that was a little scary as they're now going to get some water out here on the ice to try and give him something to kind of drink to maybe come to his senses or something, but not looking too good. He's been down on the ice for a while here.
And he is starting to sit up, but favoring that right arm, like you said. And it could be something like his collarbone or maybe even his wrist, but well, they're going to help him off the ice, or at least going to attempt to. A couple of his teammates surrounding him, and he's back to his feet. Again, still trying to get a number on the player. Oh, now looks like he's favoring his right ankle as well. So again, completely missed where the collision was or where the infraction may have happened. And he will obviously be skating straight to the dressing room. Might be Matthew Savignac, number 23, I believe.
I believe that's who it is, yeah. Well, speedy recovery to Matthew Savignac. Hopefully he doesn't become part of the walking wounded here that the Voodoos have with Jake Fullerton already out of the lineup. So we'll see what happens there. Back to the game at hand, though. 5-0 for the Voodoos. 12-12 left in the third period. And the Crunch picking up 3 shots on goal on that power play and 4 in total since then, as it's now 35-9 in the shot category, Matt.
And there's 12 minutes remaining in the period, but here come the Crunch. There's a shot that gets blocked by the defender Little, and the captain now backhands it out of the zone. The Voodoos have numbers going the other way on a 2-on-1 attack. Late into the zone, the shot comes in from the slot but goes wide. The Voodoos get going up the ice pretty quickly here. They've got a lot of guys with a lot of speed. Service is back there now. deep in the crunch zone. He gets it to the line to Ricci, but he can't hold the line, and now there's a foot race to it. Ricci beats out his man to the puck. Looked like Papadopoulos, who could not catch up to him. And the Voodoos now play catch with the puck behind their own net. They turn it over. It's at the line. Boswell fires it back in for the crunch into the near side corner, and the Voodoos will control there. Powassan clears it. The crunch in control. That's Boswell coming back in on the right wing side. At the blue line, fires it in, and it's kicked away by the goaltender Duraco. In the far side corner. Crunch still in control. Playing it along on the end boards. They tried it from the sharp angle shot. Boswell's shot is blocked. And then the secondary attempt is turned aside as well as the Voodoos clear the zone. Good looking save there from Duraco.
When he's been called upon, he's looked solid for Powassan. And it hasn't been often, but again, when needed, Duraco's played well.
And again, he's one of 3 goaltenders the Powassan Voodoos are carrying this season. He had a solid camp coming from the Oakville Rangers U18 program, and that's why he is a part of this this roster so far.
Northern Ontario team's really liking that the Oakville Ranger. The Oakville program, I should say, as you know, Owen Oatwater, just traded by the battalion, came from that program as well.
Play in the far side corner in the crunch zone, and the Crunch have the control of the puck. They get out to the neutral zone, and skating in with control is Joshua Liu. Played in the near side corner, and now back out of the zone. Chased by a couple of players right below us. It's sent into the Cochrane zone, and the Crunch control it behind their own net. Back there is Desmond Brazeau, and he will leave it for Joshua Liu. And Joshua Liu will skate it up to the Powassan blue line, and then he gets hammered coming into the zone. And then there's a retaliatory hit on the back end with Reese Smitham going down. Joshua Liu gets up. He looks to be okay after that one. I mean, he was coming in with speed, and he met a wall there. And now the Voodoos on the counterattack coming in. There's a shot. Dubinsky with another save as he takes that one up high. Ryan Patrick, who opened the scoring with that one. Play in the middle. Dubinsky's out of position, but the Voodoos cannot get it towards the front of the net. From the corner, played in the slot, back in a chance, and Dubinsky with a superb save, going down to his knees and kicking out the right side pad to block that one from going in. And now Lemke with a turnover, 2-on-1. Lemke in the zone, holding right to the goal line, and he can't beat Dubinsky.
I think Lemke held on to the puck just a little bit too long as we get to our midway timeout. Here, 5-0 Voodoos lead with just under 10 minutes to go, but Lemke may have held on to the puck a little bit too long, I think, here for the Powassan Voodoos. But the Voodoos buzzing a little bit, Matt, on that play as well. And Dubinsky, what more can we say at this point?
He has been fantastic since he has been called upon. Once again, I want to thank our sponsor, Average Joe's, for helping us get here tonight.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
217 is the announced total, but I think standing here in the stands, Matt, I would argue there's probably a little bit more in attendance than 217.
I think, yeah, there's got to be about 300 people in this building tonight, which is great to see.
It is indeed, and they're a loud crowd as well. Reacting to every play. The fans in Powassan are very passionate. They love their hockey down here, and that's what's fun about it, is that it's very much a family environment here at the Powassan Sportsplex. You bring your family down, and even from the top end down, from team ownership on down, everyone treats you with respect and dignity, and they really enjoy having you around. So it's kind of nice coming down to the Sportsplex and just taking in a really fun game of hockey.
Yeah, they really see the value in what we're trying to do here, and we appreciate that from them. So it's great to be a part of it this season, and We're going to be adding in Derek Lindemann, as you heard in the preseason. He'll be joining in on some of the broadcasts. We believe Bob Coles will be helping us out as well. And for any prospective broadcasters out there, we are always looking to give back as much as we can. So, if you're looking to get into this industry, before I give you my personal advice saying don't do it, but if this is an industry you want to be in, we will gladly show you the ropes. If you want to come in, shadow us for a game and see how it all works, feel free to reach out to us, and we'll see what we can do, whether it's coming to a game here in Powassan or one in North Bay. As play continues here, 7:40 to play in the third, and the Voodoos have gone about 20-plus minutes without recording a goal, which is something that might have been unheard of if you had just been paying attention to that first period.
First period and the first half of the second period.
That's right. Here come the Crunch into the attacking zone. There's a shot off the mask of the goaltender Duraco, and now played to the far side boards. The Voodoos trying to clear it. Cochrane trying to get some offense going. They're up to 12 shots in that category, and they've really had a nice counterattack here in the third. Still nothing to show for it with under 7 minutes to play, but this has been a much better, solid effort in the third period. Actually, really going back to about the halfway mark of the second period, it's been a really solid effort. And if you're Coach Tom Nicolo, I think you're happy with that.
Yeah, at this point, when you're down 5-0 this late in the game, it's not about winning the game, it's about winning the period. And I think Cochrane's doing a good job of making a big statement here in this one.
Liam Service going in, tries to play it right in front to Matthew McMillan. It's knocked off his stick right in the slot area and turned aside. And now that duo again trying to get to the middle, but they're pushed aside, and the puck is sent down the ice. 6:15 to play in the third period. Long stretch pass down the ice. Service redirects it from behind the blue line right to Dubinsky, and Dubinsky holds onto it, and now he'll play it out with the Cochrane Crunch having numbers in the area. They move through the neutral zone, and a little bit of a tangle up going into the zone as Thomas Sefton took a hard spill. Looks to get up and be okay. And under 6 minutes to play now in the third period. 5-0 lead for the Voodoos. They've got control of the puck coming into the Cochrane zone. Dumped into the near side corner. Played it around to the near from the end boards. Back out to the near side. Still in the Cochrane zone. The Crunch trying to clear. The Voodoos sending up guys on the attack, but the Crunch are able to get it out to the neutral zone. Picked off by the Voodoos. They send it in towards the Cochrane net and played back out by Dubinsky. There hasn't been a whistle, I believe, since the mid-period break here, as these two teams just going back and forth up and down the ice here into the Voodoo zone. Played out. Cochrane back in on the dump end. And it's Duraco who leaves it behind the net. To the far side boards. Up to the blue line. The Voodoos coming in. They get a shot. It's off the shoulder of the goaltender Dubinsky, then off the crossbar and behind the net. Play continues. Into the far side corner. Battling for it is Smetham. Smetham holding it there, looking for some support. The Voodoos with a late change here coming into the zone, and the Crunch are able to get the puck away and clear it. Onto the ice now, and in control is Nathan McDonald. He plays it into his own end in the near side corner. That is Douglas. Douglas tries to move it down the ice. Back in the corner now. Douglas still in control there with 4:15 to play in the third period. A couple of guys battling for it in that area. The Voodoos at 40 shots now on the game. And a lot of pushing and shoving. The puck finally comes away from that area as Douglas gets control. Down the right wing side, plays it up ahead and dumped in. Controlled at the goal line by the Crunch. Couple of checks made. It goes down to the near side. Ricci's there. He fires it. That's wide of the net. Picked up by Little at the far side blue line. He gets a shot in. That's blocked by his own teammate. And that teammate goes down after taking that shot inadvertently. He's slow to get up. That is Andrew Scott. And Andrew Scott is going to be slow to skate to the bench. Under his own power, though. It's a turnover in the neutral zone. The crunch coming in. That's Sherman to the net. And his shot is blocked by the goaltender, Duraco. Picked up by Little. Gets it to the neutral zone. Now controlled by Ricci, I believe. Dumped in. Ricci takes a hard hit. And now he'll exit the ice after that effort. 3 minutes to play in the third. Voodoos maintaining this 5-0 lead. Haven't scored since about the 7-minute mark of the second period. But it's been more than enough to hold off the crunch and keep them at bay. And again, I don't think there's been a whistle in almost 8 minutes here right now. Back and forth they go. The crunch in control in front of their own net. Little stick check made to try and get it away from them. At the blue line, another couple of hard checks made. Couple players getting tangled up. The Voodoos maintain possession. They get towards the front of the net, then cleared away by the crunch. In behind the net. Control back there by Shields of Cochrane. He plays it to the far side of the neutral zone. Right in front of the Powassan bench, there's a hit, and now the Voodoos go the other way. Dumped in by O'Brien of the Voodoos, and picked up quickly by Shields of the Crunch. Moves it through the neutral zone, knocked off a stick, and the Voodoos trying to go the other way. At the blue line, it's touched by the Crunch, and that is going to be a penalty coming up. Tripping is the call against Cochrane. And we should have guessed the only thing that was going to stop that back and forth play was going to be a penalty called against the Crunch, who will be serving their 9th penalty of the game.
Unheard of. That's absolutely crazy. And Matt, take a bit of a break. You've earned it on that one. Rest the voice a little bit. As we got 1:53 now left in the third period. And like Matt said, the 9th power play opportunity for the Voodoos. So kind of crazy here. Shots 40-13 in favor of Powassan at this point. So we'll see if Powassan adds another one here before the final whistle.
They win the draw and control it in the attacking zone. At the line, Risbin. Across to the right side to Ricci. At the half boards. Knocked off the stick of McMillan. McMillan now plays it back in down low to the left side circle. Shot comes in, that's blocked. The Crunch cannot clear. Ricci stops at the blue line, plays it into the corner, now behind the net service. It's knocked away from him, and this time the Crunch do clear it all the way down the ice. Racing towards it is Rismond. Check that, Caden Long. In behind his own net, and Long will skate it out. No, he'll decide to drop it back behind his own line. Now they'll play it forward, up to the Crunch blue line, shot in, and Dubinsky almost had to make that save as it just went away from him. Under a minute to go in this game, the Voodoos with a comfortable 5-0 lead at this point in front of their home crowd for the first time in the 2022-23 season, looking to put 2 points in the win column for the first time this year as the puck is sent down the ice, and they'll have to bring it all the way back the other way. There's about a 10-second difference between the game clock and the penalty clock, so the Voodoos could end this one on the man advantage. Almost would be poetic at this point if they do.
I believe they will.
Unless they score, right?
That is true.
There's a play in front of the net. Dubinsky with a quick save, and that's another one for him.
It's like they heard you. They were like, hey, we got to make these guys look good in their first official broadcast of our team here.
That's it. That's right. 16.1 seconds remaining on the clock in this one.
Voodoos' next regular home game is next Friday, September 16th, right here at the Sportsplex, when they host the Greatest Suffering Cubs. Game time is 7 p.m.
Layback underway. In behind the net. Controlled by the Voodoos. At the line. Cross to the middle. That's a shot just wide of the net. 5 seconds to go, and the Powassan Voodoos, for the first time this season, as Dubinsky throws up a huge glove save right at the end with 1.4 seconds remaining. So Dubinsky is going to get his second game under his belt, and he's going to throw up a shutout. And I believe he's going to have made over 30-something saves in this one. As this one comes to an end, the Powassan Voodoos victorious in front of the home crowd for the first time this season as they take care of the Crunch 5-0. Give Daniel Duraco the shutout, making 13 saves on the evening.
It's funny when you say that. He's got the shutout, not to minimize what he's done, but only 13 shots against him. You know, again, he was good when needed. As the Voodoos come out and salute the home crowd. Do a bit of applause here as well at the Powassan Sportsplex. Our next broadcast will actually be a Powassan Voodoos game. It'll be next Friday as the Greater Sudbury Cubs come to town. And the Voodoos will be looking for a measure of revenge against the Cubs, who beat them 6-1 this past Thursday to open up their season. And Marshall McCharles, the North Bay son, making his return to the area.
That's right. That should be a fun one. And once again, before we go, we want to thank our sponsor, Average Joe's, for getting us here tonight.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And just before we go, we'll give you the 3 stars of the game.
Dubinsky, of course, the 3rd star once again. 2 straight games for him as a 3rd star. Matt McMillan picking up the 2nd star for the Voodoos, and Duraco with the shutout picking up the number 1 star of the game. So, again, 5-0 here from the Sportsplex. Shots 42-13 in favor of Powassan. And that's our first official Powassan Voodoos game under our belts, Matt.
Why not do a couple more? If they'll have us. All right, I want to thank you once again. Hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast, and we'll see you for more Powassan Voodoos hockey next week. Until then, enjoy the rest of your night and enjoy the rest of your weekend. For Courtney Kenny, Ben Long, I'm Matthew Sukram. Have a great night, folks.